So guys, welcome back. Alright, let's jump straight into this. So, what we're talking about today is Project Spider, a canceled Spider-Man TV movie from 1993 that Marvel was working on with New Wave Pictures. It had everything: an exciting plot, detailed production plans, and even a fresh take on Peter Parker's story. But unfortunately, it never happened. So what was this project about? Let me break it down for you. In 1993, Marvel had this ambitious plan to bring Spider-Man to TV in a totally unique way, but something went wrong and the project was shelved. But for me to explain this, I will need to go into topics. Well, to begin with, Marvel was in financial recovery. After a severe financial crisis, Marvel was beginning to recover from bankruptcy in the 90s. During this period of instability, the studio focused on stabilizing its finances and didn't want to risk major projects, especially one with an $8.5 million budget for a TV movie or home video release. There was concern that a failed project could ruin their franchise's recovery. Well, Marvel thought so too early for a Spider-Man production. Marvel and its partners considered that the market was not yet ready for a big-scale Spider-Man adaptation on TV. They wanted to avoid launching something too early, fearing it wouldn't be well received by the audience and could hurt the value of the franchise in cinemas. The creative differences and internal distrust. Director Gregory was seen as a risky choice. His ideas for the character's approach were bold but controversial. His experimental style didn't please everyone. To make matters worse, Gregory had to work with a 76-year-old veteran director who was completely against Gregory's innovative proposals. The veteran's outdated vision and his history of failures, including a $12 million comic book adaptation, ended up hurting the production process. To be honest, the script was very simple and basic, but considering I'm getting this information from a leaked PDF from archive.org. Main plot. The movie was supposed to follow Peter Parker, now an experienced Spider-Man, investigating disappearances at genetic laboratories. He discovers Dr. Miles Warren, a scientist obsessed with human genetics, trying to recreate the accident that gave Peter his powers. The plot explored scientific issues about genetic manipulation, but the twists felt forced due to creative struggles. The secondary characters and challenges. Initially, there was a plan to introduce a new character, Sarah Bradford, an investigative journalist with a strong and independent personality. She was written to be Peter Parker's romantic partner and an essential supporting character in the story. Sarah was envisioned as someone who could challenge Peter both intellectually and emotionally, adding depth to the narrative. However, during production, Marvel executives intervened, expressing concerns about introducing a new character instead of using established comic book figures. Without proper authorization for Sarah Bradford, the creative team decided to replace her with Mary Jane Watson, a character already beloved by fans. This change caused disruption in the production. The original script had been tailored to Sarah's character arc, and adapting it for Mary Jane led to inconsistencies. Mary Jane's portrayal felt like a hybrid of both characters, leaving her role unclear at times. Dr. Miles Warren, the Jackal, the main antagonist, added further complexity. His experiments in genetic manipulation created not only an army of clones, but also a distorted version of Spider-Man, blurring the line between hero and villain. These elements were ambitious but became muddled due to the production's creative difficulties and conflicting visions. This last-minute character swap was emblematic of the struggles the project faced, balancing innovation with established canon while dealing with internal disagreements. Advanced technology and practical effects. The production would use advanced cable technology, 180 kilograms, to allow smooth acrobatic scenes for Spider-Man. The suit design was minimalist, blending black and red, with a focus on practical effects and limited digital editing to remove cables. Different visions in the script. Gregory's idea was to focus on Peter Parker's humanity, his internal struggles, and the moral dilemmas that come with his powers. The older director insisted on a more traditional and heroic narrative, focusing only on action scenes. This created a creative conflict that hindered the project's progress. Initial budget. The project had an estimated budget of $8.5 million. This amount was considered high for a TV movie or direct-to-video release, raising concerns about its profitability. Box office predictions and release. The release was planned for March 1994, but the lack of corporate support and production problems led to doubts about the commercial viability of the film. With a direct-to-video release, it was expected that the box office would be low, and investors were uncertain about the return on investment. Directed by Gregory Torrey, the cast includes Peter Parker, Spider-Man, actor David Michaels, a young actor of the time known for his appearances in TV dramas, who didn't want to participate in the film because he didn't like superheroes, but he accepted because in 1987 he went bankrupt after starring in and directing his own film, The Little Stone, and his company declined, so it was his only choice. David was chosen for his charisma and ability to balance Peter Parker's vulnerability with Spider-Man's bravery. Mary Jane Watson, actress Jessica Vaughn, an actress with a romantic and action-oriented profile. Jessica had interesting chemistry with David Michaels, despite the directorial tensions during filming. Dr. Miles Warren, the Jackal. Actor Gordon Langford, a veteran British stage actor with great experience in psychological villains. Langford was praised for his intense performance, but his portrayal of the Jackal didn't resonate with the audience, as it lacked the darker essence the character was known for. Marvel was reluctant. Although Marvel was interested in expanding its properties into TV and video, they weren't convinced of the success of the project, After the recent financial crisis, they were hesitant to make major investments in TV films, preferring to wait for a solid recovery before taking risks again. Concern over creative vision. Gregory's script was met with skepticism within Marvel. While it was innovative, many felt that the complex, scientific approach to Spider-Man might confuse fans. The lack of focus on action also caused resistance, as Marvel was more accustomed to producing hero-centric content. The 76-year-old director, the old filmmaker, Harlan Grayson, was one of the major causes of the project's failure. With over 50 years of experience, but in decline, he had tried directing a comic book adaptation years earlier, which failed with only $12 million at the box office. His outdated vision and resistance to Gregory's ideas only increased the conflicts on set. Grayson's past productions showed signs of creative fatigue, and his approach didn't resonate with the audience or the production team. As well as a PDF with information was leaked. Obviously, concept arts were also leaked. Here is the conceptual arts. The concept art showcasing the minimalist suit design, character sketches, and some action scenes are crucial for understanding the creative direction of the project. These elements reveal how the production tried to balance innovation with faithfulness to the original material, but the execution failed due to internal tensions. Small screening. Some footage from the project was shown internally. The response was lukewarm, with critics focusing on the lack of cohesion between Gregory's approach and the older director's ideas. The production stagnated due to creative conflict and a growing budget. The final screening of certain elements of the film showed the potential of the story, but without the necessary execution to stand out. Found documents. Everything discovered about this project was found in a lost PDF, accidentally discovered on archive.org. This file contains sketches, planning documents, and internal correspondence from Marvel about the project. The reason it was erased from official records remains a mystery to this day. So guys, after a long video, it seems we are coming to the end. But don't be discouraged because there is still one last big topic about this whole movie, which would be a Spider-Man cinematic universe before the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Can you imagine how crazy that would be? Well, I'll probably make a part 2 commenting, so please be patient. Thank you so much for watching. Here are some images I didn't put in the video.